This is the vocab video for Unit 2 vocab from the Signing Naturally book. It starts on page 92. The first sign is teacher. 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 Remember, this meant a person, so you can add this agent suffix, this person sign, to some signs to make them become a person. So we had the sign for just teach and then teacher. Now in our formal ASL class, we are signing teach up here. Conversationally, some people will sign teacher down here. So if you see it a little bit lower, it still means the same thing, but we try to teach the proper form, teacher, teacher. And then student, so we have to know learn. So learn, learn. If you sign this multiple times, it means that you are continually doing something. You are learning. You are learning. And so sometimes the sign will be produced all the way up here, which is how we're going to do it. But you may see it down here like this. Learning. Learning. And then if you're a student, you are a learner. A student. Deaf. You can sign that from your chin to your ear or from your ear to your chin. It doesn't matter. Hearing. I'm going to add hard of hearing in here as well. That's an H, 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 H. You bounce out toward your dominant side. I'm also going to add deaf blind. Do that same sign for deaf and then blind. Deaf, blind. That encompasses pretty much everyone in the deaf community then. So you have deaf, hard of hearing, deaf, blind, or hearing. All right, next page, 93, we have English. So typically we do tap it here. Sometimes you'll see it pulled back. This is also the same as the country sign England. England or English. Same thing with Spanish here. You take your X's, my dominant hand is up near my shoulder, then it comes down here. They do like a little cross. Spanish, Spanish. Same as the sign for Spain. French is the letter F that twists. This is French, the language, but also France. French or France. And then ASL, ASL. You just spell that. Remember, when you finger spell, you go out toward your dominant side. So do not come back in toward the middle. It's ASL. The sign for language in general. Language. 2 L's. Language. Page 94. High school is HS. High school, HS. College, college. College. A famous college with a lot of deaf students is Gallaudet University. This is a sign name for Gallaudet, which is why glasses is twice. Glasses, Gallaudet is once. University. Class, group, class or group. In that location, you just point to the location. Here. So this here can be used in general, or you can say right here, right now. Here for all cases, here for right here, right now. Yes, no. Make sure your head matches what you're saying. Yes or no. Oh, I see. I'm following. I understand. I get it. I'm following the conversation. Page 95. We have head, which this could be the head of a coin. It could be a human head, an animal head. Head. Tail is a finger-spelled word. Tail. To begin or to start. 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 To win or to have a victory. Your hands are in like the C shape. They come together and close into S's. Win. 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 Lose. You take a V shape and slide it down. lose, I lost, or tie. So this could be a game is tied, or 5 plus 5 equals 10, or we are peers, we are equal. All of those meanings for this sign. Sign, as in sign language, it comes back toward you. Sign, talk, speak. Next page, 96. They're talking about other languages and how much they remember. So they're saying, I'm still speaking one language. I remember most of it. I remember some of it. I remember a little, and I have forgotten it all. So this ALL is a lexicalized sign. You can say, I forget it all. I went to the beach without sunblock and I got sunburnt from head to toe. I need all of the students here in class to give me your papers. Okay, so you can use that for a lot of different things. 97, they're talking about how difficult it was to learn the language. The first sign is hard. It was hard. Your dominant hand is here on top. Hard. Kind of so hard. Kind of easy. Or easy. Raised or grow up. If you were just talking about yourself, I was raised speaking French. Raised. If you're talking about maybe your brother and your sister were raised. So if it's more than one person, it's two hands. If it's just one person you're talking about, it's just the one. Year, it's like the earth going around the sun. Dominant hand goes around the non-dominant. Year. Both. Both. When your two fingers slide through here, they're glued together. Both. And now. Now or presently is one time. Now is actually today. So now versus today. Page 98, exercise. Bicycle. Run. My dominant hand is closest to me here. Run. This is what we tend to use here in our area, but this is another variation to run. We don't see it very often here, but that's what she's showing in the book. Walk is like your footprints, taking a walk. Dance, remember, is your hips side to side. Bowling. Bowling. You can bowl, or you can bowl. I tend to bowl or bowl. Playing with dog. So yellow is the one hand. Two hands is play with dog. Next page, 99. Cook. Cook. If you flip this once, it's a pancake. A couple times, it's a cook. If you sign with the agent, it becomes a chef. Phone. Two times. This is part of a noun-verb pair. Phone. And then chat. Remember, this chat is usually reserved for sign language. I'm chatting with my friends in sign. You would otherwise talk on the phone as a hearing person. Sewing. Knitting. Watching TV. She signs TV, so that's just the sign for television. TV, and then watch. So this watch specifically is for watching TV or watching a movie. Watch. The next is picture, take. So taking pictures. This alone just means picture. This alone means taking a picture. So picture, take. And then picture, paint. Picture, paint. So this right here is a sign for painting. This would be something recreational or like an artist paints something small versus I'm going to paint. My house becomes the full hand. Paint. All right, page 100, we have shopping. Shopping. So it's that sign for buy many times. Buy, 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 shopping. And then she does movie, watch. Now here in the book, they show a movie like this, movie, with an open hand down here. I tend to sign it with a pointer finger. You can do either. Movie, this is my dominant. Movie, watch. There's that sign again. Travel, travel. Camping, camping. It's like a tent, camping. Fishing. Some people will fish, some will fish. Fish or fish. Play a game. She's signing game and then play. Game 2 times, play. Again, they're chatting. And then book, read. Book, read. Next page, 101. So computer, type. I tend to computer like this, but you can do either. Computer, type. He also signs computer. This is another variation. And that third one, maybe something like this. I've never seen that. I know this is concept. Could be an older sign. So go for computer or computer. Sleep. So if you are asleep, it's a 1 time. If you're feeling sleepy, it's twice. Sleep, feeling sleepy. Look at the time. Time, look. Time, look. Again, those are your eyes. And then we have listen to music. So in the book, he has his music like this. Your non-dominant hand in this case doesn't matter. Mine tends to be an open hand and a palm up. Music, and then listen. Music, listen. Coffee, remember you're grinding the beans, drink. Coffee, drink. Soda or pop, drink. So soda, drink. Another variation to that is soda, drink. In our area, this one's more popular. Page 102, we have eating candy. So candy, eat. Candy, eat. And then there's apple, eat. Apple, eat. When you want to say eat or food, there are a couple variations. They could be eat and then food as a noun verb pair, but more often people will sign it 2 or 3 times anyway, and they'll have an E on their mouth for eat or an oo on their mouth for food. Shoes, tie. Shoes, tie. Tie. This is not I tied a game. This is I tied my shoes. This one was I tied the game. Pay attention or not paying attention. Whenever you sign not coming here from under your chin, you need to shake your head no. Not paying attention. Next page, 103. There is detest. I hate it. I detest it. That's a very, very strong dislike. So they have like as the next sign in the book. So it starts with an open hand and goes to that magic 8. Like. On our scale, the most severe dislike is the detest. Then there is a dislike. You flick it back out. I do not like it. You can also sign not like, a little less severe. And then like. Favorite or prefer. Favorite or prefer. Again, the magic 8 shape on the chin. And there's pop again or soda. Coffee. Tea is like you're stirring the tea bag with the F shape. Water is W, water. And milk, like you're milking a cow. Page 104, There is, oh, she does drink orange juice. So she signs drink orange, J for juice here. Drink orange juice. And then there is hot chocolate. So this sign in general just means hot. Something is temperature hot, hot, and then chocolate. Spins on your non-dominant hand. In this case, mine is in a fist. In the book, they do it like this. Either way, it doesn't matter. How are you? And people would respond by saying, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm tired. Or I'm sick. That's that 8 hand, dominant up top on the head, non-dominant on your stomach, sick. Plus, a lot of people will use this as think positive, think positive. Minus or negative. How many? Start with S's and go up to 5s. How many? To have or to own, and 0.